Today marks 1160th day sharing lessons I learned and continue to learn with all of you. My hope that these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help you achieve your goals, really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about getting right answers to your life questions. How do you get those answers? How do you get those answers? Because I think that people who get the right answers are able to succeed in life. People who do not get answers, they stay stuck. Stay stuck in one place for 1 year, for 2 years, for a decade, because they don't get answers where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do with their life. Today we'll speak about how to get those answers, those important questions, those important answers, because when you understand how to do it, you're able to develop that skill set, because getting the answers in a skill set. So if you understand that getting answers in a skill set, that means that we're able to develop. Today we'll share small things, 11 things that we're able to do to get the right answers answered, to get the questions answered, because those are essential key things. So number one, clarify the question. And that's something it's more than half. When you know the right question, you know the right answer. Because sometimes we just do not know how to ask the right question yet. So we're trying to get the answer, but we do not know the question yet. So first thing we need to ask, okay, what kind of question I'm trying to answer? What is the question? How to qualify? How to be specific? The more specific, the easier to answer. When you get too vague of a question, of course, sometimes it's very, very hard to answer when you're very, very vague. So being able to be very, very specific and learn the skill set to ask questions of others, ask of questions of yourself, because sometimes we are great in asking questions of others, but we forget that we are people as well, and we're able to really answer this exactly the same questions. So we need to learn how to really clarify the question, that we can ask the question and really get better answer. And this is important. That's the foundational thing. If you're not asking the right question, you will not get the right answer. That's a big, big, big thing. Number two is self-reflection. And I think it's very, very important to understand that there's three ways of looking in life. So like being, doing, and having. Being, doing, and having. So when you really self-reflect and say who I want to be, what I need to do to really be that kind of person, and what kind of things that person does, and of course I will have everything what they need. Most people look from others' perspective and say like, I want to have a car, I want to have a house, and they don't ask like what they need to do to get there, and they didn't ask what kind of person they need to become to really get there. We always need to start from who we need to become and who we are to get results. So that means we need to reflect. Self-reflection is a key aspect of getting the right answers. Because if you start asking like, what do I want to have, that means that will not be a good self-reflection question. So it means being able to understand that self-reflection is a key to really get the right answers. Understanding who you are and who you want to become will allow to really make better answers. So it means what do you need to do? We need to journal, meditate, do mindfulness meditation, or whatever it is that allows you to really be present, understand yourself. That's the biggest thing. You need to understand yourself. Nobody else but yourself. Number three is seek feedback from trusted people. Seek feedback from trusted people. That means it might be friends and family, but it's just dangerous because some friends and family do not understand your vision, and they say might sabotage your success by not knowing because they don't have your vision, and they have a little bit maybe narrow-minded in your vision. So that means we need to be careful with asking friends and family. Now, of course, we can ask mentors and coaches who exactly achieve what you achieve. That's probably the best option to ask. Look, we need to seek advice from people who already did what you want to do. And maybe you need to ask a question when you want to get an answer. Like, who are the people who've been in exactly your spot and what did they do? How did they find the answers? How did they find the answers? And go you ask, okay, how did you find out? What did you do? And of course, at that moment, you're able to get some feedback, how to be, but of course, you need to be receptive, but that will be a great option to really get answers. Number four is research and learn. And this is very interesting for me because a lot of times We have a tendency to read books, attend seminars, listen to podcasts, and we just listen and develop that knowledge and is marinating our mind. That's great. Marination is great because we want to have the positivity. But I think the key aspect of really the podcast, YouTube, seminars, all those things is supposed to be not to marinate. That's just 10% of all the things that I do. But it's supposed to be to answer questions. So what that means that when you read a book, so when you take a book and you say, what questions I need to get answers to? What are the questions that I want to answers to? So it means when you read the book now, you're specifically looking for those answers. When you listen to a podcast, you're looking for answers. When you're listening to a person or a seminar, you're looking for answers. That means that your ability to retain information will be so much more skyrocket because you are looking for specific things that will benefit your life. I found that when you really do that, when you start being very intentional about every single book, about every single podcast, about every single encounter of learning opportunity, and you know exactly what kind of answers you want to get, it's just crazy how much faster you're able to grow. Number 5 is observe and experiment. Observe and experiment. That means that we're able to really observe our patterns. We observe what we used to do, what kind of mistakes we did. We're able to really experiment, observe, and really reflect. And at the same time, we need to always try new things. Because if you don't try new things, you do not experiment, how are you supposed to understand what is the best approach? Because one thing that I learned that we have a tendency to really look for answers and we get first answer. And we go all in on that first answer. But maybe that answer that you got was the low-hanging fruit. But maybe it's comparing to other possible answers. That maybe that low-hanging fruit was maybe not that good. It's an answer, but it will not help you to achieve the success that you're looking for. So sometimes it's great to say, okay, this is possible answer. That's great. So let's give myself 1-2 days, because of course we don't want analysis paralysis. I will give myself 1, 2, 3 days, maybe a week. It depends what kind of project you're working on. And within 1 to 7 days, I will be looking for other answers. And most of the time, I will find other answers, because when there's a problem, when you trying to find an answer to that one problem, there's infinite answers sometimes. There are so many different answers. And you need to find the best answer. So not jump on the first answer because that is the easiest approach. Sometimes giving yourself time for, as I said, 1, 2, maybe 7 days, reflect, and most likely when you discuss with other people, you will find there is even better option. And when you start doing that on a consistent basis, you're able to really be fast in decisions that you're able to stick, because now you actually made the right choice rather than jumping on something because I believe in fast decisions. But I think that when you make fast decisions, it could be done. It depends on what. Because if you make a decision for the next 5 years, maybe you're making a decision that within 1 day, maybe it is too small. So being able to give yourself a week, that's probably is more than enough. Number 6 is align with your values. I think that's very, very powerful. It is, again, reflecting yourself. And checking alignment. It's like when you're looking for answers, okay, so if I'm looking for answers in my life, what are my values? And how those values align with the question that I'm asking? What kind of answer I'm looking for? Because I think that a lot of times we're able to look at the values. Okay, my values are health, family, significance. Okay, so when I look for answers, okay, how the action that I want to do aligns with health, how aligns with my family, how aligns with significance in making an impact on other people's lives. And if there is no alignment, why are you supposed to do it? So being able to have very clear core values allows to make better decisions, allows to get answers much more easier. Number 7 is trust your intuition. Sometimes we need to trust our gut, because I love saying that sometimes we have a God-given vision. So you have no idea where that vision came from. It's just in your mind. There's a vision in your mind, but you just don't know what to do because you don't have resources, you don't have skill sets, you don't have competence, you are afraid. There's so many things against you, and yet you do not know what to do. And I think that's again, when we're able to really say that, even though I have no idea how I'll get there, I will pursue with all my heart. If there's at least 0.1% chance to succeed, I will take it. I will take it because I know that that vision is for me. That vision was given to me. And I need to take that. I need to take that and find the answers, looking for those answers. I think some intuition that is for me. This is a vision for me. That's what this is, almost intuition. And I think sometimes we need to pursue that intuition, more the feeling side rather than logic, because we have no idea what kind of research we'll get in the future. Because logic says one thing, but emotion says a different thing. And I think that when you start really taking actions on emotion, I think logic will fall in places, but all the things will show up to help to achieve your goal. I truly believe it. I truly believe in the vibrations. When you execute in the highest vibrations, all the things to your way is attracted, because success is attracted, not achieved. I really believe that. Number 8 is break big questions into steps. Break big questions into steps. So we say that when you set the goal, and then you're potentially looking for answers in that goal, when you just say, what kind of small things I could break it up? And of course, when you're able to do that, it might be that the question is like, what is my life purpose? That is a massive question. But when you start looking at what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, what are my passions, so it means you break that massive question of what is my purpose to smaller questions. You get smaller answers, and that potentially could lead to the bigger answer. So it's totally okay. Sometimes break massive answer and start looking what kind of questions could potentially lead to that massive answer, and being able to break that up. And that's totally fine. And I think that's very, very valuable to be able to break that massive question to smaller questions and really start helping yourself out to really choose the right thing. Number 9, give yourself time and rest assured. Sometimes giving yourself time is very important. Sometimes we are rushing and we really want to make a decision very, very fast, and it's great. And I truly believe in decision making, like very fast decision making, because when you make decisions fast, you execute fast, you get results fast. The longer you wait, the longer you wait to make a decision, the longer you wait to get results out of it. But sometimes, when you really try to get that answer, you still are not getting. And sometimes we still, if you do the right things regarding looking for answer, and do the right things to look for answers, not just laying down in the bed and really hoping that the answer will come. No, you intention looking for answers, you intention looking at, and the answer didn't came yet. That's totally fine. So giving yourself time is totally normal. And number 10 is use reflective questions. That means that, again, this is very, very important, because I want to emphasize we need to really reflective questions. What small step can I take today towards clarity? There's a lot of questions. What small step could I do today to achieve more clarity? So there's small those questions that every day you can ask, because every single day you're able to do something to get more clarity. Again, this is when you have that one question, you're able to look for a seminar, you're able to look for a book, you're able to speak with a mentor, you're able to speak with a coach, you're able to speak with a friend. There's a lot of things that you can do to really find an answer. And if you're not able to find it one way, you go to another way, and another way. Not give up after two things. Oh, I tried to speak with a person, he didn't know. Maybe there's another person who can help you. Maybe there's another book that could help you. Maybe there's another podcast that could help you. So that means every single day be able to do something to get the answer that you're looking for. We're not supposed to say that, oh, I tried everything. What everything? What does everything means? Did you try it 5 times, 7 times? If you actually want to get that answer, and it is very important you receive that, that means that you are able to work 100 times to get the answer. Because when you finally get that answer, you're able to live a fulfilled life, or whatever that is, what that answer could potentially lead to. And last one I want to mention is that stay open to change. Stay open to change. I think that sometimes we're looking for answers, and we know the answer. Sometimes we're looking for answers, and we know the answer. Deep down, we know the answer. I think this is the hardest one, because it's very hard to swallow the pillow because you already know the answer, but just you don't want to take. Because you might need to cut someone out of your life. It might be that some people are toxic in your life, and of course, that will create a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of things that you might be able to do to change your life. You know what you need to do, but you just say that, oh, I don't know the answer. You know the answer. Deep down, you know the answer, and you're afraid of it, and you hide from it. What are the answers that you're afraid? What are that answer? Because when you really embrace that answer and say, I appreciate my survival mode that's protecting me, but I need to take the answer and use that and change my life. And because I need to be open to change. Because no matter if you have the answer or not, if you have that answer but you're not willing to change, that means that you will spend all life looking for answer that you already have, and it will be wasted time. And I think that will lead to regret, because rather than taking action on the thing that you already knew, you're waiting for the answer that will never come. So I hope that you reflect as well. How often do you ask questions? I think that we're supposed to be very reflective and supposed to always looking for answers. I'm always supposed to ask questions, because better clarity we have, the more faster we're able to move along. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.